Hey guys, Mayflom here, and we're gonna play with some felt and the ScanNCut machine and make something crafty. When do I ever do anything else? Anyhow, I've been considering my felt, and this felt that I have here is a really high quality wool felt. It's absolutely wonderful for creating all kinds of projects with. The one downside, and I'm going to see if it'll pick up here. Yes, it does. Okay, so it's going to be a little hard for you to see, but you just touch tape to it or anything sticky to it, and the felt itself starts to kind of pull apart, and a lot of fuzz will get onto whatever sticky surface. I mention this because I do sometimes use this with my ScanNCut, but what I tend to do is put some kind of either stiffener or sometimes if I'm going to be ironing it on, some kind of iron-on backing or something, but I put something on it on one side and lay that side down on my mat so that I don't absolutely destroy my mat with this particular brand of felt that I like to use. I just find that you use it once and it's destroyed your mat. Okay. Plus it's, because it's, well, floppy, you really have to use a strong adhesive mat to really get a good stick because it's heavy and thick. But then again, the strong stick, the stick to the wool. I'm rambling. Let me get to my point. I discovered at my craft store a very low quality felt. Look, it's standing by itself, guys. I'm not touching it. Okay. It's got some kind of, oh, I breathed, my breath was too rough for it. But it's very low quality and it's got some kind of stiffener in it. I'm not sure what exactly kind of felt it is, but whatever it is, you want to tape test it. Nothing happens. There's literally not one fiber on my tape. Okay. And when I put it on a mat for the ScanNCut, no fibers come off on my mat. So that's very exciting to me. And like I said, I just was looking at the craft store felt and I noticed some of the sheets were really rough and scratchy and stiff. And guess what? That means it's going to be great for die cutting. Electronic die cutting, to be specific. We are going to make a little pouch for my friend out of this. We're going to have it be inspired by St. Patrick's Day. You could be inspired by Easter, birthday, anything you like. And I'm going to show you how I'm going to do that. Now, my general idea here is that I want it to be off-center folded like so. I want some kind of decorative curve to it, maybe a little cutout somewhere in it. And then I'll stitch up the edges of this part maybe. Haven't gotten quite that far, but I want it to be die cut out pretty. I don't want to have to use my scissors. So let's get out the ScanNCut. So we're going to go into pattern, into basic shapes, because what I'm going to be looking for here is I'm going to be looking for a shape that will have the rounded ends that I want, that I think will make a nice design for this. Okay. So I'm just going to go through here and see what I like. This one right here, BAA114, I think will be great because it's only curved at the one end. So I want this, let's see, the width. Remember by pushing this button that just turned purple? Remember that doing, oops, not that button. By pushing that, I can adjust just the width, which in my case is the length, which I know is kind of confusing. And I want it to be, let's say, about 10 inches wide or long. And then I want it to be about 4 inches across. Now I'm doing this first in this screen because I want to get a look at it, and I like that. I like how that looks. So I'm going to go ahead and say set. I want to get a look at how this is going to look before I do anything else. Mostly because I want to make sure I like the design. So now we're going to go into edit. And this is something to keep in mind. When you go to rotate, watch if I hit rotate now, and look how it goes all crazy. It's going crazy because it's trying to rotate from where it was, in the position that it was, if it had room. If you didn't have room, it didn't rotate in the way that you expected it to. So if you have that happen, just make sure, look, I've got this dead center. Now it's just fine. And we're just going to say, okay. And we're going to go in here and add. And I'm going to add a little heart. Like so. I'm not resizing it because I'm going to place it over my tag. And then I'm going to go in this screen and I'm going to shrink it way, 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 way down. And actually, now that I'm doing this, I actually think I would prefer to cut it off to the side. And so I made 3 little hearts. I'm going to adjust their sizes, okay? So I'm going to make one a little bigger. I'm going to move some things around too. I'm going to make one a little bigger, leave that one small, and I'll cut one more. Let's make that one a good deal bigger, like so. Okay. Well, this could not be easier, guys. Oh, I need to adjust that over. Now, when I want it just over a little bit, I'll go in this screen right here, because to adjust things a little bit one way or the other is really easy. Okay, everything's there. Guess what? All we need to do is load up our mat. And I've got mine all ready to go. It's all set. I'm using an older mat because when I'm using a material like this, loading the mat, there it is. When I'm using an older material like this, and I'm going to set it up at 8. I found that 8 was a pretty good number for this. When I'm using an older mat though, on a material like this, it's still sticky enough that it'll work, especially since these are basic cuts. It's not going to try to do a bunch of fancy cuts in here. And that way I'm not like getting a brand new mat all icky with my felt stuff, even though, you know, this is a pretty nice felt. All right, we're ready to cut and assemble. Before we get to assembly, just a tip. I haven't cut the green. It's a slightly thicker. I was comparing it to some other felt of the similar type that I had. And I actually ended up having to go at about 7 or 8 on the deep cut blade. My tip to you, well, it cut this part out fine. It didn't cut the hearts out, so I had to recut them. So my tip to you, just if you don't have a deep cut blade, it really is worth investing in one, because sometimes with these thicker materials, sometimes you just can't always cut it with a regular blade. So I was glad to have it there, and I didn't have to move anything. I just I saw that this cut out and removed it, and I was kind of looking on my mat and saw that these weren't all the way cut out, left them there, recut them, no problem. And I've got some more little paper hearts here, as you can see. So I'm going to be assembling this and making it really fun. What I'm going to do is I want the pouch, okay, to be about here. Now, because this is this stiff felt, I think it's just really going to fall into place really easily here. Look at how cute that is. Just like that. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to stitch up the sides, and then if this is going to bounce this hard, I'm just going to have to hot glue a little round of Velcro right there. So all I have to do is just straight stitch both sides. If you have a sewing machine, that's great. You could hand stitch this really easily. You could also, if you don't want any glue, you could just hot glue right there and place it down. So here we go. It's stitched up. How cute is this? Ah! I stitched the bottom for aesthetics. It doesn't do anything to stitch across the bottom since it's sealed, but I just think that's the cutest little pouch. And I've got a little thing of adhesive here because I know I have Velcro. I just don't know where my Velcro is. So I'm putting a little wad of adhesive right there. I should probably put a little more, just a little bit closer to the edge, but it'll work for, I just want it to tack down. I don't want to spend my time right now searching for more adhesive. Now this is a little big. I don't think I'll start with that one, actually. I think I'll start with this one here. That's one of the reasons I like to have a lot of multiples of things, is so that I can play around with what works best for me. So I've got my hot glue here. Hot glue for this project is going to be the best, because this felt is not gonna, my normal liquid adhesive is not gonna be the best for this felt. This, I think, is gonna work a lot better. And then I'm just going to layer this up. I'm just going to layer up hearts that have kind of a shamrock, luck, happy kind of a feel. And let's see, this one, yeah, we'll do this little white one. So I always am talking about that I like to make extra die cuts. I like to have extras lying around. And this is a perfect example as to why, May. Why do you like having those extras laying around? Because look at this. I've got extras from other projects laying around that I can just pull out and utilize here. I don't have to go making more and seeking things out. And yes, I really am going to just layer, 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 layer. And all I need is that little hot glue. Look how easy that is. And look how cute it is. Oh my goodness, she is going to love this. So the last thing I want to do is I'll look around and find myself some kind of, probably like a word, you know, some kind of word sticker here. And obviously that's not wanting, doesn't want to hold it down. There we go. That'll work for now, just until I find some Velcro. If you didn't have Velcro, could you just use tape? Yes, you could. You absolutely could just put some tape in there. I think Velcro will be nice because then she can reuse this little pouch. It's sturdy. Since it's that like stiff felt stuff, I think it's going to work really great. And I think it's so cute. I love it just as it is. The only other thing I'm going to do is just for fun, down at the corner here, I'm going to add another little heart down at the corner here, just to add another little fun layer of dimension. And same with the white. Doesn't need very much hot glue, like so. And I'm going to add a little button as well. I think buttons are so much fun. And goodness knows I have enough of them, so find myself a little, shake myself out a little green button here. Ah, so many fun options. And this will add a little bit of dimension as well as just another fun element. So I've got a button right there. And then just add my sentiment and off we go. Hope you guys have enjoyed this little video. Woo! Yeah, I got to find that Velcro, don't I? Hope you've enjoyed this little video though. Quick, easy, super fun, and so versatile. We could do this for so many occasions. Not just me saying, you know, lucky to have you as a friend, here's a little gift, but goodness, any occasion whatsoever. If you have any questions, as always, feel free to leave me a comment. I will see you next time.